Hello friends, good morning. Welcome to my channel Essentials of Management. Motto of this channel is to evolve high standards of learning outcomes of the subject management science in general and that of environment, health and safety management in particular. Friends, today we will continue with occupational health management series. We will have discourse 6, which is part 1 of 4 parts of the ergonomics. Here we will try to understand what is ergonomics. Please remember that in discourse number 3, we discussed ergonomics in short. Now, we will discuss ergonomics in detail in all these 4 parts. Right now, we are dealing with the part 1, understanding ergonomics. From the figures given on the slide, probably you can understand the meaning of ergonomics, that there is a certain way of doing the things, how to lift a load and how to process a part on the machine, how the workstation is to be adjusted, okay, in short. So what is the definition of ergonomic hazards? They are the hazards caused by different work methods, including manual handling of load. We have seen the figure in the last slide. Work postures, machineries and equipments which are not properly designed and manufactured, taking into consideration human body and anthropometry. So we have our body is designed in a certain manner. We are the vertebrates. We have vertical cerebral column. We walk on 2 feet. We are the only animal. We walk on 2 feet. We use our hands. So our design of the body is very typical from other animals. And anthropometry means the measures of our body parts, the length of our neck, the length of our hands, the length of our feet, like that. So we have certain length of our torso. So that is called as the anthropometry. So in short, if you design the machines and equipments and if you handle the loads which are not in a proper way according to your body design, then there will be a trouble. It will cause certain harm to your muscles, to your bones. So you may have the musculoskeletal diseases. So hazards caused by different work methods, work postures, machineries and equipments which are not properly designed and manufactured, taking into consideration human body and anthropometry. So in this diagram you can see that there is a certain product design requirements, and so accordingly there are certain manufacturing requirements of that particular product. But in that domain, in that manufacturing requirements, you have to incorporate the ergonomics requirements of the workers who are working on the machines. So here in ergonomics, we not only consider the product or the product design, but we also consider the process by which it is manufactured and the workstation on which the product is manufactured or some part of it is processed. So as far as the product design is concerned, there are generally 3 norms. One is aesthetics, one is safety, and the third is ergonomics. So the machine design should be such that it should look good, it should be sleek, having a design which is attractive to your eyes and colors attractive to your eyes. Then it should be safe, means there should not be any accident, it should be safe in all manner. It is a duty of the manufacturer to see that it is safe while operating. And third is ergonomics, that it should be designed according to the human body and its anthropometry and its physiology. So we have seen the definition of ergonomics. Ergon means work, nomos means law or rules of work. So ergonomics means fitting the job to the worker. In very simple words, you are not fitting worker to the job, but you are fitting the job to the worker. Ergonomics is the science and practice of designing jobs and workplaces to match the capabilities and limitations of the human body. I just discussed that we have certain design, our bodies have a certain design, we have certain capabilities. See, lifting the load manually, there is certain capability, it may be less or more, typically in different person, but there is ultimately a capacity to which you can lift the load. And there are limitations of our body, that how much we can bend, how much we can stretch our hands, how much we can stretch our legs, right? How much we can bend our neck or turn it around. We can't turn our neck in 180 degree like owl, right? So we have certain capabilities and certain limitations, and so you design the jobs and the workplaces and the workstations and the machines which suits to our body. So ergonomics takes into account product design, our machine to human interface, then material handling and the workplace layout. So all these considerations are there when we talk of the ergonomics. It considers product design, it considers the machine and human interface, how human can or a man can work on the machine easily without any stress, how a material can be handled manually, mechanically, and what should be the workplace design and the layout. Not only a single workplace or a workstation, but the entire workplace layout. So in all these fields there is an application of ergonomics. So ergonomics is, in short, it's a man-machine work environment interface. All three are together. We have to give consideration not only to man, not only to machine, and not only to the working environment. So working environment is also a part of the ergonomics. So we will look into the visual ergonomics at the appropriate time, right? So it is a combination of environment, machine and man. All three are the components of the ergonomics. So in practice, ergonomics tend to concentrate on the design and layout of workstations, machines, tools, equipments, and the adaptation of the physical factors of the workstation. So physical factors, we know there is a noise, there is heat, then the lighting, illumination and ventilation. These are the physical factors of the work environment. We have discussed at length in the discourse 2 of the occupational health series. It is a systematic study of ill effects on man of poorly designed workstations, machines and tools. So what are the ill effects? If we design the workstation poorly, if we design machines poorly, and if the tools are not designed properly, what is the effect of it when a person or a employee or a worker use it? Ergonomics is a science encompassing theory of anatomy, anthropometry, physiology and psychology. So human have certain anatomy. Anatomy means the structure of our body, our bone structure, our muscle structures, isn't it? Our internal organs which are there inside, how the arrangement is there. So whatever there is inside our body, when we look into it, we study it, it's called as anatomy. Anthropometry I have already discussed. Physiology means the way we move around, the way we eat, drink, and the metabolism of our body, and so on. And psychology, human psychology is there, because every human being has got not only body but the mind. So all this has to be taken into account: anatomy, anthropometry, physiology and psychology, while we consider the ergonomic science and while we consider the design of the product, and as well as the manufacturing layout and the workstations and tools and machines. Now, functions best performed by machines. So precise repetition. So if there is a repetition of the job, it can be done very precisely compared to human being, because every time if you do it manually, probably there will be some difference, maybe small, but there will be difference. So precise repetition, response at high speed, because we have limitation to work at a certain speed. Our hands cannot work beyond a certain limits, our legs cannot work beyond a certain limit, they cannot move faster, but machines can move faster. Application of high force, again we have body limitations, there is a limit to put a force of your hands or your body. Then where there is yes no decisions required, means select or reject, if certain products to be selected or the rejected. So when there are yes no decisions, or a product may pass on to different channels, a proper channel will be selected and in that channel the product will go. So yes no decisions. Complex functions, there are so many complex functions which we have limitations, our body, our hands, our fingers have limitations to do that. So complex functions and complex maneuvers, we can't bend or twist our body, so certain maneuvers are not possible by human body, but they are possible by machines. So there are certain functions best performed by machine, so there you are supposed to use the machines. Functions best performed by people, that means human being, making complex judgment. Machines, though nowadays there are computer aided machines, there are very sort of thinking machines, but still there are certain complex judgments which only human brain can take, machine cannot take. Improvisation and flexibility, you can improvise your action, your body action, and you have the flexibility. Our body has certain flexibility in which we can twist or bend. Prediction and translation, we can predict what is going to happen, we can translate whatever the instructions are there, we can translate into action. Machine probably may not be able, if you give certain new decisions or instruction, machine will not obey it. Sensing space, depth and pattern, so we have three-dimensional vision, so we can look into the depth, we can look into the three-dimensional pattern, but there are now machines which can read the product or the job in 3 dimensions, but human brain can sense the space, depth and pattern in a better manner than the machine. So why is the need of ergonomics or human engineering? Design human machine system involving the best combination of human and machine element. So you have to design that combination, that system in a way that it is best. Study the design hours of work and physical conditions of the work. Design the machines for its users fitting into their physiological requirements to minimize fatigue and maximize output. So why we are doing it, why ergonomics is considered, why we are designing the machines and the tools and the equipments according to the human body. So he has to use the less his energy and force, and so there will be minimum fatigue and there will be maximum output. Design the machinery, equipments and tools to suit the human operator and not vice versa. Again and again we are saying that machines are to be fitted, or the job is to be fitted to the man, and man is not supposed to be fitted to the job or the machines. Reduce the types of injuries caused by the poor design. So generally we talk of the musculoskeletal disorders, MSDs. So the aim of the ergonomics is to reduce those types of injuries caused by the poor design. We have looked into Cranfield-Mann in discourse 3. So Cranfield University surveyed the industry and they came to the conclusion that whatever the machines designed at that time when they surveyed were ill designed in a manner that they said if you want to work on such machines, then you should have body like shown in the photograph or in the diagram, that your torso should be short, long, your legs should be short, your hands should be up to your knees. If you have that type of hands, that type of anthropometry, then or that type of a design of your body, then and only then you can work on the machines which were there at that time. Now we have a lot of changes in the designs taken place in the machine designs and the tool designs. They are very well designed according to the human body and its capabilities and limitations. So this is a Cranfield concept which is very popular in the ergonomics. Benefits of ergonomics. Ergonomics helps to prevent injuries. Ergonomics has other benefits like improved quality of work, improved quality of life, reduced fatigue and discomfort, increased efficiency and greater productivity. All things are simple. There is nothing to explain more. Now environmental factors. So apart from the machines, workstation, tools and equipments, we have seen that the environmental factors are also part of the ergonomic considerations. So reduce vibration and noise level, ensure suitable and sufficient lighting, we will see it in visual ergonomics, maintain adequate temperature and humidity. So the working people should feel comfortable. So temperature should be in a comfort zone, humidity should be in a comfortable zone, right? Provide sufficient ventilation. So there has to be a proper ventilation, maybe cross ventilation or forced ventilation, exhaust, air conditioning, whatever it is there, but it has to be sufficient and people working in that workplace should feel comfortable. So how to apply ergonomics? Consider all users and potential users. So when you are designing a machine workstation, consider all users and potential users. Refer to data sources. So whatever the data is there about the illness or the injuries or any other data which is pertaining to some problems with the working on that particular workstation. So refer to these data sources. Use a prototype or mock-up. First prepare a prototype, then have a mock trials, try new equipment and task, observe and measure findings, then consider task enlargement. So can you enlarge the task when you are designing a machine? Can you, if there is a certain task being performed by the machine, while designing it, you see whether you can add on more tasks, right? Provide mechanical aids wherever possible. There has to be work done by the mechanical things, no, not manually. So provide mechanical aid maximum possible and try to adopt maximum automation. So these are the way of applying the ergonomics. Tasks and jobs. Encourage group working. Provide regular job rotation. So there should not be a single person working on a particular job if there are certain physical stresses there. if there is a repeated bending or repeated twisting, or if the use of eye is very intense. So there you have to provide the job rotation, alternate light and heavy work. So give heavy work and light work alternately, involve staff in designing jobs, and make people give suggestions that how should that job should be designed, because they know properly, because they are working on it. Gather feedback from staff on new tasks. What can I do? So as a worker or employee, what can I do? Ensure heavy objects are marked. So nobody will easily lift that, and if he lifts, he will lift it cautiously. Store heavy loads appropriately. Use lifting devices where possible. So avoid manual lifting as far as possible. Use correct lifting techniques. There are certain lifting techniques when you lift it manually. Even if you lift it by forklift or other lift, there are certain techniques of lifting the load. Ensure risk assessments are completed. We will look how to lift the load manually afterwards. Ensure risk assessments are completed. Undertake regular training. Report. So give training to the people how to lift the load, how to operate on the machine, how to use your hands, right? So report ergonomic hazards. So this is very important of reporting the ergonomic hazards if you find it, and very importantly suggest the solutions. 3 key points to remember. Ergonomics can help you on your job. Risk factors can be reduced, and WMSDs, that is work related musculoskeletal disorders, can be prevented. Reporting system early is important. So if you are finding some problem that while working on the machine or working with the equipment, there is a pressure on your shoulder, it is aching, or because of repeated twisting you have to do, there is a pain in your waist, so you have to report it. If you report early, the solution will be early and the treatment will be early. So that is important. So in this discourse we looked into ergonomics. Exactly, we tried to understand what is ergonomics and what are the benefits of it, and what are the considerations, what machines can do better, what human being can do better, and so on. So friends, thank you for watching this discourse. Resume viewing further by switching on to discourse 7, where we will discuss about the workstation ergonomics and the work related upper limb disorders. So friends, please do not forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Once again, thank you very much. Have a good day.